Friends, family, what is happening? Brandon here. It is Tuesday, August 2nd, and I am smoking a Rocky Patel Vintage 1979. Sorry, I started the party without you, so I'm already smoking. If you know, you know. Vintage 1979. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Wanted to talk today because I've been having a lot of conversations lately regarding counseling and coaching and all that stuff. You know, I'm a coach. My profile talks about purpose development, spiritual mindset coach, which is super rad. I love doing it. And there's a stigma. There's negative beliefs, and a few of my coaches even, and people that I look up to have talked about that pretty recently also. So I want to share a little bit of that along with some of my beliefs and some of my feelings. But there's negativity surrounding, getting help, right? Going to counseling, getting a coach, all of those things. And really, it's quite the opposite, right? Getting a coach is one of the best things you could possibly do in your life. And the thing about it is people wait until shit happens. And now, even then, right, something happens and they're in a place where they're like, I need help. I don't know what to do. Then it's, you gotta struggle. You gotta find a coach. You gotta find somebody that works for you. You gotta partner with people and try people out and try programs out, whatever it looks like, right? And you're already going through something. So that, my friends, is the worst possible time to find a coach. It's the worst time, right? We know things about ourselves. We know when we have walls. We know when we have bad habits. We know when we have whatever it might be for your life. Whatever it is. We know that we have that stuff. And at that moment, in those moments, it's not affecting our life. It's not affecting our life in a negative way, or we believe it's not. But then we get put in a situation where my bad habit is causing me to do this, or my bad habit is causing this relationship to be strained or toxic, or whatever it might be. Or, I have walls up, I won't let people close, or I have these things, or I'm good at getting into a situation and I can see where this is happening. Whatever it is, right? We don't get a coach until it's too late. Well, nothing is ever too late. It's just really, really hard when you're already going through stuff to find that person to help, find that coach to help. So we've talked recently about quite a few things, and there's been some people that have chimed in, like I had said, what would it look like if you got a coach early on when things were good? What would that look like, right? So that coach can then say, hey, you've got these things that I'm seeing. Oh yeah, well, it's not really affecting me right now. But what about when you get into a relationship? Or what about when you go to do a business deal? Or what about when you try to get to that next level? What then? Are you just going to wait until then to address it, or are you going to start addressing it now? The cool thing about coaches, the cool thing about groups, the cool thing about partnerships, whatever you're looking for, whatever avenue you take, counseling, therapy, the cool stuff about that is to address it early. Address it before it becomes a big problem. Right? There was a pastor that was talking, actually, I think it was in one of his books. He talked about going to counseling, and he didn't have it. It was very, very early on in his career as a pastor, and there was nothing really going on with him. There was nothing really to talk about, but what he wanted was we have seen all these big time pastors and famous pastors go through moral failures, as they might call them, or complete burnout in the ministry, as they say. Any of those things, right? So he wanted to protect himself from all of that. So he was going to get a counselor, and meet whatever frequency they met to make sure that he never got that far, to make sure that he had safeguards in place to protect him from getting to that point. And that is key for our lives, to get those coaches, to get those set up early. It's funny, there's some stuff that going on, like, what if we talk about marriage counseling and things like that, right? And when do people go to marriage counseling? Most of the time when something's going on, right? Most of the time when there's a problem. What would it look like if, hey, we're getting married tomorrow, we're also starting marriage counseling tomorrow? Or even prior to that, hey, we're dating, we're serious, we got stuff, or we want to make sure that we don't have stuff, or that we know how to handle stuff, so let's go now, right? What would that look like? Setting the foundation early on for success in whatever you're doing. If it's business, right? Don't wait until a deal goes wrong and you're out of money, or you're in a place of defeat and despair and rock bottom. Get the coaches early. Get those people that are smarter than you. And not, they're not always smarter, right? I'm not smarter than the clients that I have. With people, we're so close to the situation, to our situation, that we can't see it. And it takes somebody else, somebody that you trust, and somebody that is willing to say, you've got this thing that you need to fix, right? Or you need to adjust to get to that next level, to get to where you truly want to go. And if you're not even sure where you truly want to go, that's where the coach comes in with also. And that's my specialty, right? The purpose development. That's what I love. So I challenge you today, whatever situation you're in, whatever circumstance you have, what would it look like to get a coach? Or even a couple coaches, right? If you have a relationship coach, if you have a business or a life coach or a purpose coach, a fitness coach, a nutritionist, whatever it might be, the area of your life that needs it, the area of your life that might need it one day, what would it look like to get it now? What would it look like to set those foundations early on, to have those hard conversations before they become a problem? So I challenge you today, get a coach, get a couple coaches. Even if you don't need it right now, you will get something from it, and you will set yourself up for success. You will set up that foundation to take you to the next level early on. So go get a coach and live your life to the fullest. And we'll see you next time.